All right. Hello, everyone. This is the week's chapter review from me. Chapter 193, 7 off from the big milestone, titled For Whom, and in the cover, we see Balin laid out like a goddamn carpet on the ground, passed out, lips parted. Like this is a bad look, and obviously it's announced that Gawain is the winner with Balin being knocked out in the most shocking way, with Percival just stunned at the fact that Gawain was able to beat someone who absolutely dog walked all over Hauser of all people. And Tristan is just like, yeah, I was just wondering how she was gonna tackle him, but is amazed at how big of a fighter she is. With Beltrap, obviously the memory blocking rings and Gopher being in his mind, just doing double overtime in his mind as Beltrap is just trying to think of who Gawain is. With Gawain coming down low key, sort of wondering like, yo, did I go, take it a bit too far? But she's like, it's your fault for being able to push me to this point, anyways. She says that he's earned her respect. While she thinks that he'll be down for a while, he just gets up, as he states that it's a pretty big honor to hear that, and he just lifts lifts her up as well onto his shoulder as well, just flustering Gawain at this other movement. I was just asking him to stop shaming her and to let her go, to release her. With Balin just so nonchalant with it, telling Gawain not to struggle, otherwise she'll fall. Like he knows she's able to fly, so hey man, do what you want. Gawain sort of makes a note of like, yeah, Balin is just way too tough, and that after all the punishment he receives, he's still able to just get up like nothing happened. With Balin's just admitting, yeah, no, I'm cooked, gang. Like I can barely stand right now. With Gawain not convinced at all. With Capodonic stating that it's a heartwarming scene, like a chick on the back of a mother swan. With everyone in the stands laughing, with Gawain telling them to just not. Percival runs over to Gawain and praising her for the great fight that she hasn't, and acknowledges how strong she's gotten within the past 2 years. With obviously Gawain not good with compliments, just like, yeah, it was nothing. It just watches this for granted. With Percival stating that he'd heal her first, but Gawain says that he needs it more. That Balin needs it more. And Balin's just like, I'm good, man. Just take care of Gawain first. With Gawain just low-key furious at that and is just hitting him in the face. So obviously, now that he's conscious, invincible is probably ineffective again. And is just mad at the fact that he's talking like she took more damage rather than him. With Balin just saying, yeah, but you're far more wobblier than I am at the moment. With Gawain's just, but Percival is not trying to hear all that. It's just like, I'll just heal the both of you at the same time, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like, you can't do that. Like, and everyone else comes running over to Gawain to praise her for such a great fight. With Hauser low-key jealous, I'm guessing, just saying, yeah, you're not prophesized for no reason. With Gawain obviously just overwhelmed from the constant compliments and shit. And it's just like, you ran up here just to tell that to little old me? You got nothing better to do? Which obviously, for Gawain, compliments from anyone outside of her grandparents is probably something that she takes to heart considerably. With Donnie then making fun of her, saying that even though you won, your hair looks like a bomb went off. With Gawain so upset at that and is trying to fix it immediately. And Percival is just whispering over into Cheon's ear about something. And the Cheon's expression makes you really wonder what he's about to say as he calls her over. But they're only for Undyne to splash water on top of the both of them. With Gawain almost about to come after Cheon for it, but Cheon revealing that's what Percival whispers to him about. With Balin stating that he much prefers Gawain's real self. And this panel makes Gawain really look a lot like someone else we know, don't we? And then Gawain is just like I care some man praises me. But Percival points out the fact that she's blushing. With going after, like, this is actually sibling coded. With Cheon dousing them the both of them with water, and everyone else just laughing at the scene. With Nasian's worried if they'll catch a cold. Tristan comes over as well and states, Tantris, sorry, he still forgot his memories. I forgot. He's just wondering if he could have a partner that he could laugh and carry on with like that as well, while both Isoldes are just in the back silent. Gareth comes up to Balin and is just like, so much for Balin the Invincible, huh? Okay, this time I actually didn't put the title card, okay? Happy? With Balin just stating, yeah, I got cooked. But he isn't too mad since he says that he thinks he finally found what he was looking for in terms of a person who changes destiny. With Gareth confused at hearing that answer. Balin saying to Hauser that he sort of understands what he was trying to tell him earlier, which is something I understood as well. And Balin walks over to Gawain, calling her name, takes her hand, pulls her cloak. Oh my, how romantic, bro! And it's just like I've pursued power for so long. I've built all this up, and now I've decided to use it for you. This was basically a love confession. This is actually Merlin and Escanor on repeat, where everyone else shocked and Hauser whistling at that. But and Gawain is just like, hears that and it's just like, oh, so you're volunteering to become my henchman. It's just like, perfect, you're hired. And it's just like, I can't wait to use and abuse your dumbass. And everyone is just stunned at how dense she is. But Balin doesn't seem to be phased at all. And is just like,
is this nigga serious?
Even Hauser's just like, man, people's takes are just funny. With Tantris noting how much fun everyone is having, and asks Isolde the same thing. He looks over to the fake Isolde, and she is in the middle of a flashback to when she was with Damon, Escanor's brother, her father. So technically, depending on how things go, her and Gawain are technically cousins, which is weird, really weird to think about. And in this flashback, Beltrap is talking about as your father, I've honed my sword skills to aim for the top, and that he will use those skills solely to protect her. And a tear just drops down her eye as she reminisces, with Tantris bringing up the point that Beltrap was her papa, and that to Isolde that doesn't really matter, as he doesn't even remember who he is, and that if he's forgotten her, then he's as good as a stranger to her as well. With Tantris knowing that there's probably a reason for it, and that there'd be no normal way for him to just forget about his beloved child. With Isolde just yelling, I don't want to talk about all this, gaining everyone's attention and silencing everyone. Like, god damn, bitch, like, he was just trying to look out for you, but and then she's like, but I have you now, so that's all I need. So, and is just encouraging him to win. With Anne saying to Isolde if she's fine with her saying all of that right in front of her as well.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Isolde she's such a strong lady. With Isolde just walking off wordlessly before saying that obviously since it's her match next she has to go. Nakaba decides to draw her with her eyes closed. She is, hey man, log 2 of Isolde's Crash Out Chronicles in the works, it seems. As she gets onto the stage, Tantris gets onto the stage, and it's announced that they're gonna move on to the 4th match. How fantastic, fuck nigga. With Tantris pitted against Isolde in their ring. And the fake Isolde obviously screaming for Tantris to win, because if he doesn't, then she's low-key in a bit of a rut. With Tantris admitting that while he is indebted to her for helping his Isolde, and that he doesn't want to fight her, she thinks he has to do it for the sake of things. And as soon as it's announced that the battle is to start, she literally gave him barely any time to draw his swords. She dashed at this nigga with her Morning Star, wound all the way back. No hesitation at all. This is a completely different take to how it was with Cheon, and they clash multiple times. Look at this. Oh my goodness. No, they're actually dancing right now. Because this is manga, so we gotta see this shit from right to left. So Tantris does a block with one sword after slashing with the other one. Isolde does a low block against that, and then Tantris goes for 2 upper slashes as well, which Isolde moves her Morning Star to block both those attacks as well. Going to the next panel, they're swinging at each other some more. Look at them, they're even hitting spin jutsu moves, spinning in synchrony. No words being said, no dialogue, no, hey, remember this? No spiel. They are just going back and forth right now, and everyone makes note of how in tune they are with each other, like it's a damn performance, with Cheon just grunting at that fact as Isolde has sparred with Prince Tristan in sword training all the time, and that she, out of the Tristan platoon, she is the best in swords and close quarters combat. The two back away from each other, with Anne stating that it doesn't really matter, since the matter is Isolde needs him to remember her and needs to urge him a bit more. With Tantris stating that he can tell that Isolde knows me, and that he'd like to try and remember her as well. And then she's like, it's fine. She said it's fine. No. And even Tasha's confused, like, huh? And she states that there is no need to try and recall me at all. With a completely said, yeah, I can't lie. That's where the chapter ends, and I'll be the first one to say it. Tristan's cooked. There's no his time is done. There's no way out of this one. Soul Illuminati type shit. Except she's gonna be Soul, and Tantris is goddamn Zoe Spencer. Cause this, yeah, no. Cause the moment she saw the hug and the switch was flipped on, man. She decided it's crash out time. Now, obviously, like it's been a synchronizing dance between the two of them as a fight, but I'm still can't get over the fact that the moment it was announced for the fight to begin, she just went for the lob of her life. She really wants to knock this nigga's head off, man, and it shows. And even saying that there's no point in him trying to remember her as well. Yeah, no, she's not. She's genuinely pissed off. She is genuinely pissed off, man. I thought we was gonna be in for some corny shit, but we ended up getting that shit with Balin and Gawain earlier. By the way, Gawain misinterpreting Balin's confession to just thinking that he's willing to just obey her every beck and call in a platonic way is so funny. It's like I said earlier, it's so repetitive of Merlin and Escanor, except in a more goofy way since it's Gawain rather than Merlin. But yeah, I think Gawain's hair being straight and low like that rather than the puffed up way it was before, low-key looks better. But yeah, back to this whole Isolde Tristan situation. Tristan's cooked next chapter. There's no way, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's nothing. I think even if he regains his memories in this fight, Isolde is still gonna try and beat the shit out of him. Because we seen from a previous fight against Pelio, and even just her seeing the two of them interact was enough for her to goddamn blow herself up damn near, completely wiping out the arena they were in. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a good match. I don't think Isolde is gonna win this, regardless of what happens. No matter how angry she gets, no matter how big of a power boost she may attain, I do not believe she is going to win this. Though I do believe there will be some form of net positive from her fight against Tantris anyways, more so than Jay's, so where maybe the others interrogate Isolde, the fake Isolde, and sort of figure out why she's using her ability to keep Tristan from regaining his memories and such things, and generally a reveal of what her ability is. So it seems also we're gonna get closer and closer to a Bell Tribe face reveal, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, PSA, I'm not gonna be here for next week's chapter. I'll still read it, but when it comes to 194, I'll make it into a video with 195 as well when that comes out the following week. So yeah, I'll be away about a week or two as of me recording this. While this will be the last full night's video for the next 2-3 weeks possibly, I'll have another video ready for you guys next week to entertain y'all anyways, regardless of me being here or not. And yeah, generally that's all I have to say. Take care. Till next time.